Taking a look at the Open Championship. Gill Capps from the Golf Channel going to jump on board with us and discuss it as the Open Championship over at Carnoustie is underway. This is a very interesting storyline with guys hitting 400-yard drives, some bombs out there. Take a look at what's happening across the pond with Gill Capps here on the Boardwalk Honda Hotline as he joins us now on the Sports Bash on 97.3 ESPN. What's happening, Gill? Welcome back. How are you?
Mike, good evening. This is my favorite time of the year to talk to you over here from Bonnie, Scotland, where it is 9:33 in the evening, and it is. You could still play a couple of more holes of golf out there. It's sunset is not probably for another 15 or 20 minutes, and then even after that, you can still have some light in the air. So if you ever wanted to try to get in 54 holes in a day, you could probably do it here in the middle of the summer.
Wow. Very awesome. Gill is over there at Carnoustie right now as Kisner is in the lead, -5 today. And, I know there's a lot of names at the top of this leaderboard that if you're paying attention on day one, you might not be all that familiar with.
And that we see that in major championships. We see that particularly in an event like the Open, because all the majors have their little quirks, and they have their own characteristics, personalities. And one of them here at the Open is it's actually literally the World Championship. We got players from 28 different countries here, all 6 inhabited continents from all tours all over the world. So you're going to get some guys, like a Xander Lombard you've never heard of, or a Brandon Stone, or a Matthew Southgate, who plays mostly on the European tour, and that's part of the charm of it. By the weekend, usually the cream will rise to the top, especially at a golf course like Carnoustie that just demands so much of you, and especially the way it's playing this week. We've got some bigger names down there lurking, and I expect to see a pretty strong leaderboard here in the next day or so.
You mentioned, how this course plays out. We've been seeing a lot of video that very fast. Obviously, it looks like the grass is, dried out, and we've seen. I think we saw Garcia hit a 400-yard bomb because of the way the conditions are. So you're there. Tell us what the conditions look like.
They are the driest, hardest fairways that I have ever seen. And I think some other folks are saying the same thing. 5 years ago, when Phil Mickelson won down in Muirfield, it was pretty dry by the weekend, both fairways and greens, kind of similar. But they have only had 1.5 inches of rain here since the beginning of May, and this has made it. These links golf courses by the sea, which are primarily fescue golf courses that. When the wind is up, meant to be played along the ground, and this is how it's supposed to be played when it's firm and fast like this. And I saw the head link superintendent earlier in the week, and I congratulated him and said, the course looks great. It's brown. Brown is beautiful in golf. And he said, we love it because the players don't know what to do, and that's part of getting in their heads and making them make decisions off the tee. And we've seen players that are just going to be hit today irons off the tee, hitting middle irons off tees and laying back. They can be in the fairway and attack these greens. And then we've seen other players that have decided, hey, I'm going to play my game. I'm going to take driver and I'm going to rip it out there. And we saw some of those to varying success today. We saw some that were conservative play well and others not, and then we saw some that they were taking drivers most of the time, and a few like Dustin Johnson, I believe shot 76, the world number 1, had that strategy, as did Brooks Koepka, and Koepka got it back a little on the back 9, but yeah, others like Rory McIlroy, who was fairly aggressive, and John Rahm, and both those guys are sitting there at 2 under par, and very much I think have the potential to be right there on Sunday.
Gill Capps from the Golf Channel is in Scotland for the Open right now. Jordan Spieth, he said he had a brain fart. He went from 3 under to 1 over in a matter of 4 holes. He's the defending champion. How was his day?
It is easy to do in this championship and on this golf course. So this is one of the, this is I'm going to say a strange spot, but the fact is it's a golf course that's had a lot of hands on it. 3 World Golf Hall of Famers had a part in this golf course up until 1930, before they were going to hold their first Open Championship here. And then a gentleman by the name of James Wright, who was really much a proponent of golf in Carnoustie, a local accountant, heard some of the rumblings from some of the players who'd been playing Carnoustie that the finish was too easy. So he himself took it upon himself to redesign the final 5 holes. And what he came up with, no architectural experience, just an accountant. What he came up with are, I think, far and away the toughest 4-hole finish in championship golf. And that is what Jordan Spieth ran into. Sure, he may have had a little bit of a brain fade there, but he went double on 15, bogey on 16, par on 17, and bogey on 18. And that's not out of the ordinary on this golf course. They're long. 15's a long par 4 with a fairway that's extremely hard to hit, and a green that runs away from you that's kind of semi-blind. 16's the longest par 3 on the open rota at 250 yards, with a really narrow green with nowhere to bail out on. 17 is called the Island because it has the Berry Burn water cut across the fairway twice. And then a lot of people be familiar with 18, the longest par 4 finishing hole in the Open, 499 yards with the burn and out of bounds, trouble everywhere. And, only have to mention one name, Jean Van de Velde, and everybody will remember, oh, yeah, the 18th hole there.
Tiger, what about this major?
Mike, a lot of people liked Tiger coming into this week. Thought that Carnoustie would be a place that would really suit his game because, at Tiger's peak, right, all of these physical attributes and all the great things he did, he separated himself, as much as he did from other players by the way he thought. And so there was a lot of thinking that one of the other times it was really, really dry at an Open recently was Tiger's last Open win at Hoylake down in Liverpool in 2006, when Tiger only hit 1 driver the entire week. Tiger played pretty well on the front 9. Had a few putts that he didn't get in, but no bogeys. But then he made the turn, 3 bogeys coming home. Don't know really how. He woke up with a stiff neck. Had some of the magnetic tape on the back of his neck, which had to be a little bit of a distraction to him. But but he's anybody that's right around par. Carnoustie this year, Carnoustie, Mike, has not been a front runner's place to win. And in fact, this is the 8th Open here. In the previous 7 Opens, only one player who led after the first, second, or third rounds went on to win. That was Ben Hogan, who was a 54-hole co-leader way back in 1953.
By the way, Tiger managed a 71. He is tied for 32nd on the leaderboard. And Jordan Spieth, as we mentioned, the 72, tied for 50. Rory McIlroy, 69, tied for 8th. They are some of the bigger names. We always seem to, I do anyway, target Rickie Fowler, and we always say he's going to get one of these. Would this course fit him?
Yes, I think so. Rickie is a very good driver of the golf ball, a really good putter, loves links golf. Won the Scottish Open a couple of years ago, has played well in the Open. I think it is a place where he could get his first win. He seems to be in a pretty good spot, sitting right there at 1 under par. Kind of quiet with his round today, and I think Rickie. It depends. It's going to depend. A lot depends, on weather, luck of the draw. when wind gets up, and kind of where you are. I've always said, I think, with Rickie, that when he wins one of these, he won't have the pressure of being a leader or being in that last group. He'll be, maybe in that second or third to last group. Maybe he'll be 3 or 4 behind and be able to play freely and play aggressively and be able to come back and win that way. And that's what people here at Carnoustie have done because, we had Paul Lawrie come from 10 back in 99 and Padraig Harrington, the last time the Open was here, come from 6 back. So I think if he can get himself in position going into the Sunday where he doesn't have that pressure of being in that last group, because that is a big deal. And you tend to think about that a lot, and you start playing conservatively. And somebody, too, to win here, as I said, who can get in ahead through those final 4 holes. It is some kind of finish, and it would be a great spot for Rickie Fowler to win his first major.
All right, the Open continues, and we will, of course, have our eye on that. Gill Caps from the Golf Channel, always kind enough to join us. This time at 9:44 from Scotland is where he is situated right now. Everybody's off? Done? Is the day over there?
I think they all are finished. The day is over. This is one of the few places they play off the first tee every single group, so it is a long day of golf, but a great day of golf.
All right, Gil. We always appreciate it, especially hanging up a little later over there across the pond. Thanks so much.
Cheers, Mike. Always enjoy talking with you.